I'll pretend I didn't read that there, Jason. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Good evening. It's 8 o'clock, which means we're getting ready for our second matchup of the night. Match day 2 for Group A. This is going to wrap up Group A at this point. We got Germany taking on the Ivory Coast in this matchup here. Let's go ahead and send us down to Munich for tonight's game, where right now our temperature is a cool 49 degrees. Clear skies, though. No rain, no snow, or anything like that, which is good. Just a little cold. Something I'm sure the Germans are used to playing in. Maybe not so much Ivory Coast. And welcome to Munich, Allianz Arena, home of Bayern Munich. But tonight it's the home of the German national team as they play host to the Ivory Coast. Martin Tyler, Alan Smith, get out of here. You guys are off tonight. Don't worry about that, Jason. I'm glad you're joining us. Big matchup here, especially after what transpired earlier between Switzerland and Ireland. A tie tonight for Germany would keep them tied in the lead with Ireland. A win pretty much puts them through to the next round. Ivory Coast is in a must-win situation. Here are the national anthems. All right, so once again, looking at the implications of this game here, Ivory Coast in a must-win situation. If the Ivory Coast is unable to pick up a victory tonight, their campaign at a shot for the World Cup will come to an end, unfortunately. So they're looking to at least get a draw to keep them going with Switzerland, who they'll face in match day 3. Germany, a win will put them 2 points ahead of Ireland, back in the lead. Here's the starting 11 for Yogi Love's Germany squad. Timo Werner scored 2 goals in that opening matchup against Switzerland. Marco Reus scored that third, so they'll be looking to get back into the action as well again tonight. Again, a win for Germany puts them 6 points in the lead as they'll get ready to face Ireland in match day 3. So a lot can be riding on that game as we look at the Ivory Coast starting 11 as well. Poot is in the house. Good to have you here, Jason. All right, so we got a big matchup going on here. A win for Germany can pretty much put them through to the next round. As Timo Werner kicks us off, we're all set. Sit back, relax, crack open a nice cold drink, and enjoy this matchup. One thing I think that's going to kind of be a trick for the Germans tonight, the speed of the Ivory Coast. Germany's, they're not that they're a slow team, but let's face it, they don't have the speed that the Ivory Coast does. That could come into play for the Ivory Coast. Going to give advantage, let them play on. I agree with that. Ivory Coast is going to probably look to exploit and use that speed to their advantage. However, the Germans do have a strong defense, as we saw against Switzerland in their opening matchup. Another thing about Germany, if you're going to shut them down, you got to shut them down. You can't give them too many chances. Even though you may shut down a chance or two, eventually they're going to make some noise. Ivory Coast got something serious going on. Manuel Neuer reaches up, stretches out. Beautiful save. That was an impressive push forward there by the Ivory Coast. Because once again, establishing possession here. Showing a lot of determination early on here. Impressive pushing forward so far by the Ivory Coast. catching the Germans a little off guard, I think. Hummel's able to knock him off the ball. Marco Reus and Timo Werner. Again, Werner's not a passer. They need him to be their striker tonight. Can't rely on him. Give advantage, let him play on. And Khedira picks up a card here. So Sami Khedira is going to pick up a card here in the 6th minute and join a group that has grown by 2 today. This is the 2nd yellow card we've seen today, handed out in consecutive matches. Definitely not that stat list you want to be on. Khedira did pick up an assist in the first match. Just a free kick opportunity for the Germans. Nice way to lead in. Cleared it by Ivory Coast with no problems. Now it's trying to establish an attack. Max Gradle. D.A. Seri. Come closer to the mic. Sorry, I moved the mic away. I didn't want it to sound like I was breathing into it. Ooh, Hector did not do a good job clearing that. That ball's still alive and in danger. Cruz able to break it up, though. Marco Reus to Thomas Müller. Timo Werner trying to advance it forward. See, Werner needs to... He doesn't have good speed, it looks like, especially against the Ivory Coast here. Germany trying to establish some type of attack. There's a lot of orange jerseys around them. They just can't seem to penetrate. Khedira working the outside. Pushes it back to Joshua Kimmich. To Khedira. Back to Kimmich. Müller and Kimmich going back and forth. Toni Kroos over the center. He can be dangerous. Julian Drexler to Marco Reus. Something's starting to advance. Marco Reus with the shot, just wide. And so far the Ivory Coast outpassing the Germans 97% to 88%. Beautiful strike there. Unfortunately, just taking it a little wide. Goal kick coming up. Advancing the ball forward. Ivory Coast has been looking really good to start off this matchup here. Once again, Germany's formation with that 4-2-3-1. Ivory Coast playing with a 4-3-3. And it's been working for them so far. Attacking. Seri to Gradle. To Cassie. Oh, nice save once again by Manuel Neuer. They are making Manuel Neuer work tonight. Neuer only had, I believe, 2 saves against Switzerland. I'm sorry, Neuer had just 5 saves in that entire matchup against Switzerland. He's up to 2 so far in just the first half. 18th minute here in Munich, and we got a 0-0 game. I'm sure there's some German fans out there who were expecting this to already have a score going. The Ivory Coast came out determined. They know they have to win tonight or at least draw to continue their World Cup campaign. Timo Werner trying to advance it. DA able to break things up. I agree, Josh. Yeah, I would think at least a 2-0. Julian Drexler does a nice job trying to break that up, but there's a couple of Germans just standing around looking at the ball. Someone's got to get it. Timo Werner to Sami Khedira. Khedira picked up that yellow card earlier. Definitely playing on his toes at this point. Nice little floater to Julian Drexler. Advantage given to the Ivory Coast. And this will be a German throw. Hector throws it into Drexler. Toni Kroos looking around. Finds Timo Werner. Werner to Drexler. Drexler's trying to make some space. He's got good footwork and he's pulled down. Nothing. No call. Play on. I think Drexler was kind of hoping there was going to be a whistle there. But to no avail. So the Ivory Coast is really making Germany work today. Solly. Nice dribbling, making his way around. Kessie back to Pepe. Pepe working that outside. Able to stop. Puts it in. They're in the attack zone. Pepe unable to. He tried to, but there were just too many German defenders around him to knock him off the ball. Boateng moving us forward to Cruz. Julian Drexler once again trying to use that footwork that he's known for. Unfortunately, the Ivory Coast is just not buying into it. Timo Werner to Drexler. Drexler back to Royce. And Kessie able to intercept on that. So far, last week's 2 goal scorers, Timo Werner and Marco Royce, haven't been making any noise. They've been fairly quiet. Well, earlier this week, I should say, not last week. Ivory Coast now advancing as we approach the 29th minute. Pepe looking the outside, trying to get across. Cross comes in. This header will just go out wide, and this is going to wind up a goal kick. Lots of opportunities for the Ivory Coast early here in this first half. Drexler to Werner, intercepted. Ivory Coast once again trying to mount an attack. Drexler's move to PSG, yeah, it has been kind of interesting what happened with him there. A lot of pressure was put on Drexler to be like the leader for the German team, especially after the 2017 Confederations Cup, where we know Germany did win that tournament with essentially what was considered to be Germany's B team. And Drexler led that team. He looked amazing in that tournament. Kimmich able to break up this attack and just keep it in, but there we go. Unfortunately, Germany did not use the same squad in the World Cup a year later in 2018, and they were out in the group stage. They had an ugly showing, losing to Mexico in the opener, able to salvage a win against Sweden, but then dropping a 2-0 loss to South Korea. An embarrassing performance for Germany in the 2018 World Cup. A lot of pressure was put on Drexler, like I said, though, to be the leader of that team. But here, we got Muller. Able to maintain possession to Khedira, back to Cruz. Cruz to Timo Werner. Werner not able to do anything. Ball goes back to Cruz, to Muller. Tony Cruz trying to make some space there, trying to make something happen. If Timo, they're staying right on Timo. And nothing to transpire there. Looked like they had something advancing. But this Ivory Coast has just been playing both sides of the ball phenomenally tonight. Timo Werner, a little too hard on the pass. Tried to lead him in, unfortunately to no avail. And this will be a throw for the Germans as we approach minute number 39. Scoreless here in Munich. Werner to Royce. Werner's not having good ball control tonight, especially in the box. Royce with the opportunity. Oh, just wide. Royce pushed that one just wide. Had the chance there to put the Germans up 1-0, but to no avail. This one goes just wide. You hate to see stuff like that. Those are some great created opportunities, and they just get shanked and blown. '40th minute, still scoreless. Germany just had their first realish attempt to do something. An errant shot. Werner to Cruz. Cruz to Werner, who just was swarmed. Nothing he could do with that. Boateng able to recover. Royce to Werner. Werner tried to backstep it, no look to Royce. Nothing doing, though. I'm sure Yogi Love is going to have a lot to say to his squad as they head into the dressing room. A draw in this match puts Group A in a free-for-all come match day 3. Everybody would still be alive. Boateng able to break this up. Puts it back to Khedira. Just 2 minutes. 2 minute stoppage here in the first half. Germany, Ivory Coast, scoreless. Ivory Coast moving the ball around nicely, spreading out that German defense, trying to get something before the half. Here's the opportunity, off the post, cleared by Kimmich. Wow. And there is the whistle on the first half. My goodness, Ivory Coast was inches away from taking a shocking 1-0 lead after the first half. However, the goaltender's best friend, the post, was right there. We're scoreless here in Munich as we get ready for halftime. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys are enjoying this matchup as much as I'm enjoying calling it. See you guys in a few minutes. I'm going to take a break. I'm not drunk. I haven't even been drinking all day. All right. right, let's take a look. One trivia question for you guys. One trivia question. Let's see what we got. Let me turn off my timer here. Ooh, here you go. Sports question. Since we're doing soccer here, here's a sports question for you. What is the score of a forfeited NCAA football game? So what is the score of a forfeited NCAA football game? As you guys answer that, take a look at these first half stats here. Scoreless. Shots in favor of the Ivory Coast, though. They've been playing some really good defense as well. Possession is 50-50. Couple of fouls on each team there. Yellow card to Germany. Look at that shot accuracy, though. 0% for Germany. No shots on target. Ivory Coast just has one at 25%. Passing accuracy is pretty even. Jeff, you said 1-0 for that NCAA football game that's forfeited. Josh, you said 21-0. Answer we're looking for was 1-0. 1-0 is the answer. The score of a forfeited NCAA football game is 1-0. Nice job. Nice job. Oh, here we go. Here's an easy one for you guys. Which is not a color of card shown by the referee during a football or soccer game? Red, yellow, black. If you get this one wrong, I'm going to reach through my computer screen and strangle you all. Oh, I forgot this is streaming live on YouTube. I love my audience. Once again, what color card is not shown during a soccer/football game? Red, yellow, or black? Yeah, black. Absolutely. Duh. They knew it. They all got it right. All right, guys. Second half of the game coming up. Scoreless here in Munich. Oof. Let's see what happens in the second half between Germany and the Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast will kick off the second half. I would say sit back and relax, but as someone who is a known German fan, I can't relax. But as the announcer, I have to remain impartial. Ooh, big advancement here by the Ivory Coast with the cross, able to get in possession there. Thought maybe the Ivory Coast had exhausted themselves in the first half using all their speed. That's not the case. Came right out and put the attack on the Germans. Again, a draw in this matchup is going to put Group A in a free-for-all, and it literally will come down to the last group stage match games. Match day 3. Because in match day 3, we would see the Ivory, if this game ends in a draw, Ivory Coast picks up a point, Germany picks up a point. That would put Germany at 4 points, tied with Ireland. It'll put Switzerland and Ivory Coast each with a point. In match day 3, Ivory Coast takes on Switzerland. In match day 3, Germany takes on Ireland. So a lot can happen in both those games. Thomas Müller making some noise. Timo Werner with the strike and puts Germany up 1-0 in the 51st minute. Beautiful setup by Thomas Müller to Timo Werner. As the crowd here in Allianz Arena is going absolutely nuts. I said at the beginning of the game, it's only a matter of time. Everybody! I'm going to have to run over to my little bar and get one there, Jeff. So Timo Werner in the 51st minute picks up his 3rd goal of the tournament. And as of right now, that would put him tied for the Golden Boot with the Netherlands' Depay. German fans across the world just took a collective sigh of relief with that score to put Germany up 1-0. However, do not count out the Ivory Coast. They have shown to be a tough team tonight, and they will keep that pressure going. We're only in the 54th minute. Kroos able to break it up to Drexler. Drexler over to Timo Werner. Werner trying to advance the ball to Kroos. Oh, you're absolutely right there, Jason. It isn't over till it's over. There's still 40 minutes left in this match here. Or sorry, 35 minutes left. So Hector working the outside, trying to establish some type of presence here. Right back to Hector, to Toni Kroos, to Timo Werner. Werner to Drexler. Back to Werner. Werner able to get into the box. Attempted a shot there, got it broken up. Nice call by the ref to play on. Ivory Coast now trying to establish themselves. Drexler with a beautiful interception. Don't even think he meant it, just kind of one of those right place at the right time things. Sing the Germany chant. I'm lucky I know like 2 words of German, okay? Timo Werner was taken off the ball, was able to maintain, but then lost it again. You hear the fans here at Allianz Arena. Deutschland, Deutschland, Deutschland. They know their team is in full control of the group if this result holds. That's if. We still got 30 minutes left. Pass was broken up. Siri able to interfere there. Break that up. Drexler to Toni Kroos. Kroos tried to advance that to Timo Werner, unable to do so. Kroos back in possession. Marco Reus knocked off the ball. Good defense here by the Ivory Coast as they try to shake up this German defense and make an attack of their own. Deli to Siri. Kessie advancing it forward to Pepe, who's unable to keep control. Hector's right there. Regains possession for Germany. Marco Reus to Khedira, to Werner. Drexler and Werner trying to advance the ball forward. Hector able to sneak in there along the bottom. And this one is going to be going out for substitutions. Drexler is being taken out for Sané. Looking forward to him playing. And Kalou for Pepe. So Germany bringing in some fresh legs, as well as the Ivory Coast. Toni Kroos. Sané was able to break free. Not sure how he did that. He had like 3 defenders around him. Khedira to Reus. Reus unable to do anything with the pass right there. Thomas Muller to Toni Kroos. To Marco Reus. Reus trying to advance to Sané. Right place, right time. Kroos with possession. Timo Werner to Muller to Sané! And it's in! The weakest goal you'll ever see in your life. Sané able to give Germany a big goal here. Puts them up 2-0. It doesn't matter how you score them. It just matters that they count. Look at this. Bink. Just barely made it across the line. That ball almost stopped dead before it even crossed. Regardless, Leroy Sané in the 68th minute puts Germany up 2-0. And Leon Goretzka coming in for Marco Reus. Goretzka did suffer an injury during the first match. Obviously, wasn't too much to worry about because he's back. Now, at this point, if you're Germany, you just want to play defense. You got 20 minutes left. Taking off the ball, Ivory Coast trying to advance. When Sané came into the matchup in match day 1, I was excited to see him come in because he definitely has a future. He's talented. To see him get a goal here in this World Cup game is awesome. Timo Werner advancing, able to maintain possession with the cross, the header by Muller, and that's just going to float out of bounds. Ducouré is coming in for DA, over for the Ivory Coast. as we approach the 73rd minute of a 2-0 match between Germany and the Ivory Coast. Sonia able to just deflect this around. Thomas Mueller. Back to Sami Khedira. I'm surprised is still in the game. Goretzka to Werner. Goretzka to Werner again. Broken up. Ivory Coast with possession. Trying to establish attack. Not a lot of Ivory Coast players around though. '76 minute coming up. But is that enough time for the Ivory Coast to keep their World Cup hopes alive? Goretzka stays with the ball. Khedira back to Goretzka. Puts to Timo Werner. Back to Sagne. Sagne unable to maintain possession. Goretzka with a nice interception, keeps the ball in Ivory Coast territory. Khedira to Toni Kroos. Kroos tries to advance it forward, but it's intercepted by Seri and cleared out. Ivory Coast is stopping Germany from getting into their zone. However, they're giving up the ball way too much once they make those stops. Looking to at least get one here. One would definitely give them a little bit of momentum as the Germans move this around. A combination of maybe starting another attack and just kind of killing time at this point as we approach the 83rd minute. So 7 minutes and stoppage remaining. We only saw 2 minutes of stoppage in the first half. I suspect we'll be seeing a little bit more in this half. So definitely something the Ivory Coast has in the back of their mind as they advance forward here. Looking really promising, but Hector able to just poke this one away. That is a really good question. I'll have to look that up. Goretzka to Sagne. Ivory Coast able. Germans back on top. It's French. It is French, yes. Because they're technically Côte d'Ivoire, which is French. So yes, the Ivory Coast are French. Timo Werner with a beautiful move here with the strike. Oh, nice save. Werner was looking to score what would have been his 4th goal of the tournament. Bally coming in for Conan. Ivorian is actually relates to the people. So if you're from the Ivory Coast, you're considered Ivorian. Interesting. I never knew that. Thank you, Jeff. Toni Kroos taking the corner here in the 88th minute, trying to maybe get another one up there. Thomas Mueller got in the way of that. To Sagne. Sagne back to Mueller. Mueller to Kroos. Kroos looking to Sagne. Sagne with some fancy footwork. Gets it to Sami Khedira. Nothing doing. Thomas Mueller to Timo Werner. Werner unable to do anything. Wow. There was a lot going on there, but it just broke down. What kind of stoppage time are we getting? 3 minutes remain for the Ivory Coast and their World Cup chances. Their match against Switzerland later on is this week, or next week rather, simply be a match of pride. Werner jostles. Goretzka with a strike goes wide. As we take a look at the shots, Germany has really turned it on in the second half here. 10-4. Ivory Coast was leading at the beginning. I'm sorry, at the half. The next matchups that's going to be the last whistle. Germany pulling out a 2-0 victory here, taking until the second half to make it happen. Ivory Coast, they played hard. They really held Germany and gave a lot of people probably a little bit of indigestion. But in the end, Germany is able to go ahead and take the win. Timo Werner and Leroy Sané scoring the 2 goals of the night. Unfortunately for the Ivory Coast, their World Cup campaign has come to an end. Their matchup against Switzerland, that matchup is scheduled to take place on April 6th, which is Monday at 7 p.m. They could play spoiler because Switzerland is totally not out of it at this point here, because Ireland will be taking on Germany. So a Switzerland win and a loss by a German win and a Switzerland win would give Germany the group. They would win the group. Switzerland would be tied with points for Ireland, and then it would all come down to goal differential. As of right now, the goal differential, Switzerland is at a -2. Ireland is at a +1. So it'd be interesting to see what happens as that transpires. That's going to do it here from Munich. The final, Germany 2, Ivory Coast 0. The Ivory Coast World Cup campaign has come to an end, and Germany will be advancing to the knockout stage as group winners or runner-up. Well, that's going to have to wait until match day 3. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time announcing it. 9 o'clock, so we got 25 minutes. Our final matchup of the night, we got Mexico. Group B action. Mexico taking on Turkey from Estadio Azteca. And a lot riding on that game for Mexico, who currently is sitting in the basement of Group B. I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock.